Welcome to On the Bench, the local sports programme dedicated to bringing you the latest sports stories from around the local region. As the temperatures plummet and we start to dig out our thermals and woolies this week, what better way to usher in the cold season than by bringing you extended coverage from the most wintry of sports, ice hockey. Not only do we have coverage from the Hull Stingrays weekend game against the Dundee Stars, we also sent our camera crew to the Hull Arena to discuss all things ice hockey with Stingrays owner Bobby McEwen and their player coach Omar Pasha. And we're delighted to also have with us Omar Pasha joining us in the studio tonight. Hello, welcome to the studio.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, after obviously a long journey home last night.
Yeah, really long. A good 6 hours there, 6 hours back. So
yeah.
Glad I'm back now.
And a long day in between.
Oh yeah. It was a long trip, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, how did it go for the day as well?
It was good. Big victory, especially on the road in Scotland, is not the easiest thing to do, and luckily we got away, from there with 2 points in the bank, and we had a good ride home, I guess.
Yeah, as good as it can be.
Yeah, it was good.
6 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Guys were in a good mood after, so it was fun. It's good.
Yeah, and you're happy with the way your team performed?
Yeah, great. Yesterday was Sunday was a great game, and I'm glad that everybody worked hard. And when you're a short bench, when there's not many guys that are available to play, and the guys stuck to it like that, it's rewarding, and it's happy for them and for the team.
Great, thank you very much. Well, we'll find out later if it was worth the trip to Scotland, as well as talking to Omar about the Stingrays' form and life as player coach of the professional ice hockey team. Joining Omar on the couch, we've also got Hull Stingrays owner Bobby McEwen, who'll be providing us with his insight into ice hockey. Hi, Bobby. Welcome to the studio.
Welcome to be here.
So, obviously, you had a rude awakening this morning as well from one of our production managers.
Yeah, we got home. It was about 5:30 by the time I got to my bed. It was 6 o'clock this morning, and I got a phone call at 10 that woke me up to say, make sure you come into the studio today.
It was just polite. It was just us being nice.
Yeah. Bobby likes to sleep till noon, so.
And after a Chinese buffet, obviously you do. But before all that, let's have a roundup of the scores from across the region this week as we hold our weekly team talk. In football, it was the FA Cup that dominated the thoughts of the majority of the local teams. And it was a good day for Scunthorpe boss Mark Robbins, whose first FA Cup game in charge of the Iron resulted in a comfortable 2-0 win against Forest Green. No such joy for Grimsby Town, however, who were unable to replicate their excellent league form in the Cup, going down 3-1 to League Two side Oxford United at Blundell Park. And it was also last-minute agony for the Imps as new caretaker bosses Grant Brown and Chris Moyes' side were dumped out of the Cup by conference rivals Eastleigh, courtesy of Ben Stevens' 90th minute strike at 10 acres. There were no rugby results at the weekend, but there was one lacrosse score where Lincoln beat Hull 17-9. And that completes this week's team talk. So, Omar, from a young age, you've played ice hockey.
Yep.
Just talk us through how you got into it.
Well, I was first of all, I was just a huge. Back home in Canada, everybody plays hockey. So, especially where I'm from in the French part of Canada, growing up just playing outside, and then at the age of 8, my parents. Put me into minor hockey in my hometown, and that was the start of it. And that made me happy from day one. Privileged to play hockey, yeah.
So you got a stick in your hand, you've got ice on the ground, and you're happy.
Yeah,
that's
all that makes me happy. That's all I need.
So how long have you been living in the UK?
This is my second year in the UK. I played last year for the Hull Stingrays, and now just this year's my second year. So I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, how have you found the transition between player and coach?
It's a lot more time-consuming responsibilities, but you know what? It's a good challenge for me, and like I said, I always said I'm surrounded by good people around me that help a lot. So my assistant coach, good captain, and Bobby too. So just trying to do the best I can to lead the squad, and a good group of guys that help too. So
perfect. And how are you finding Hull?
Hull, it's fun. It's a good city. Sometimes obviously the weather in the UK is questionable, but I guess no, it's fine. And second year if I'm back, it means there's something good about the city. So
yeah, and it doesn't help being on the estuary as well with the cold winds coming through. So
yeah,
it'll be fine. Wrap up, you'll be absolutely fine.
All right, I will.
You're used to that.
Perfect.
What are the main differences, do you think, between the English and the American or Canadian game that you see really?
Well, you know what? Here in the UK, I think just from last year, I think there's a lot more talent in the UK
Good answer.
hockey-wise, and yeah, and and no, I just you know, as a young coach, and you know, I wanted to bring a faster team and maybe something that would resemble to what I wanted a hockey team to be, and that's fast and talented, and you know, and that's what I think that our team is right now. So
perfect. Your adopted home is on the north bank of the Humber, as we know. This week, our cameras went to Hull Arena to see Omar at work as he prepared his team for the weekend's fixtures. Take a look at this.
We've gone over the bridge tonight for one reason only, to meet the Hull Stingrays. Yeah, the ice hockey team. You've seen them on TV. We're here tonight during a training session to get up close and personal and find out more about them. Okay, we've actually managed to get hold of the chairman. Please tell us a bit more about yourself and introduce yourself.
I'm Bobby McEwen, owner of the Hull Stingrays. I came to Hull 28 years ago as a player when the facility first opened, and I've been through all the jobs basically in it. I've been player, coach, and now owner. So,
What, in all honesty, where did you prefer? Player, coach?
everybody loves to be the player.
Absolutely. Great facilities.
Facility has been in Hull for 27 years. It's been here, the council provided, is it? We're happy with it. Obviously, I'd love to see a bigger one, a newer venue, but it's been great for us. So we're happy with it.
What's your sort of fan base then? Usually fan size?
Fan bases, we've increased it. We started off when we took the club over, it was about 600. Well, now we're pushing up towards 1,000. So
That's a lot, isn't it?
and it's when you think we're the fourth professional sport in the city,
Yeah.
we're probably the only team in the country that plays in the elite league. But the other sports teams in the city are all in the top divisions as well, i.e. Hull City,
Yes.
Premiership, and KR and FC are also in.
Wow. And how are you finding yourself this season?
We've put a new team together, new coach.
Yeah.
Everything's settling in. We've had a lot of injuries. We've not had a fit team for the whole season so far. A lot of injuries. So, but we're picking up. We're getting there. We've had a couple of good wins in the bounce. Won the last 3 home games here. So things are picking up.
So from a chairman's point of view, you're very happy where you are?
I'm very happy, but we can always do better.
Oh, every chairman will say that. I'm sure they will. Well, thank you for your time.
No problem.
I'll let you get back to your training. Thank you.
Thank you.
Omar, thank you very much for taking your time out.
no problem.
Now, we've dragged you out the dressing room, but I
Yeah.
want to know a bit more about you and your stint here with the Stingrays. Tell us more.
Well, first of all, my full name is Omar Pasha. I'm the head player coach for the Hull Stingrays. Actually, this is my second year in the organization. Last year I was just a player, and this year I was nominated as the player coach.
Right, okay. How are you finding that?
It was it's obviously different from last year. You know that you have a lot of more responsibilities. It's a lot more time consuming, but you know it's a great challenge for me, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
So these are giving you a good platform then to actually, play your sport and manage and learn as you go along. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I mean, I think I'm privileged to be here. To be honest, it's something that not many positions are available in the
No.
world. To be honest, and I'm lucky enough to do it, and I'm running with it, and I'm like I said, privileged to have it, and I just want to keep going and hopefully get results for the city.
Team building and camaraderie. Tell me a bit more about that, the bond that you've got as players.
Well, you know what, you have. Obviously, we have a great bond between the players here. You know, you have guys from last year, Matty Davies and Carlo Ozone, that are great guys, and they help the new guys here
Yes.
in Hull. And you know what? Unfortunately, we had a few guys leave, and we had injuries. But the guys that were here are battling really hard, whether we're short or whether we have, injuries or guys leaving. They all battled hard. So far, I'm happy with their character they've been showing from day one, and it's good leadership. And hopefully, we can just take it to the next level right now.
With the passion you've got, I believe you'll do it. Omar,
Yeah.
thank you for your
Yeah,
time.
thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We've been very privileged tonight to have this look behind the scenes at the Hull Stingrays. They're invited into the dressing room, we've seen them on the ice, and we've seen what it takes to be a professional player. We wish them the very best of luck for the season. But don't forget, it doesn't all start at professional level. Find your nearest ice rink and get involved.
Bobby, some great footage there. Just tell me about how you got into ice hockey.
When I was at school, we took for sports leisure one afternoon, and there was some skating teachers there that taught us how to skate, and then I took to it like a duck to water, and they suggested, why don't I try the ice hockey, and that's what I've done for the rest of my life. So
Yeah.
that's my younger brother followed on to it. He came in, he's 4 years younger, and the two of us ended up playing through all our career right up until 88 when I came to Hull. He stayed in Kent and I came here.
And you're obviously not from Kent or Hull.
No.
So what kind of brought you down this end of the country?
Well, obviously we signed professionally with some of the teams, and you were just playing for whatever team signed you. We played all over the country, so, and it ended up, the last stop I had in my playing career was in Hull.
Brilliant. And you've been there for how many years?
I've been here since 27 years roughly.
Yeah, still enjoying it? Well, you must
loving
be.
it, loving
Must be
every
to
minute of it. It's what I've known all my life, so quite happy with it.
Well, that's the end of part one. Join us in part two when we'll be continuing our discussion with Omar and Bobby, as well as watching the highlights of the Stingrays' Saturday night game against Dundee Stars. See you after the break.
Oh, the shot straight from the face-off has gone through. Brown is beaten, he's frustrated, but the Stars are on the scoreboard.
Welcome back. Picking up where we left off before the break, we've been chatting to Omar Pasha about being player-coach of the Hull Stingrays ice hockey team. Now, actually, guys, we've got a couple of questions that have been sent in by the viewers. So Andrew Sheard has asked, in your opinion, Omar, would Jeremy Tendler be a better fit than a stay-at-home D-man if Tendler became available? And I'm hoping this means something to you.
I mean, Jeremy's obviously, if everybody knows that I played with him last year, and I think he's an unbelievable player, unbelievable scorer. But again, at this point, I am not aware if he's. I don't think he's released. I still think he's with the Coventry Blaze. So, you know, I'm sure he's a great player, and well, I know he's a great player. But again, if we have to cross that bridge when it happens. But for now, we have to look for what's better for the team, and we just move on with you know, the current situation.
Okay. Bobby Jarv on Twitter has asked, what are the pros and cons of not having a goon in the squad the last couple of years?
Well, this is something we spoke about when I spoke to Pash at the start of the season about him taking on the job. And it was a way we felt the team, that was one of the changes. We would look at the team and want to go with a younger, faster team. And we thought to have a specific player in that role was just something we didn't really want to do this year.
Yeah, I basically said I didn't want a player that would just fight and not be able to play. There's just I wanted everybody to compete and to be on the same playing field, and you know, I didn't want to have a player that's just there to fight and then you can't put him on the ice. So that was the main reason.
I mean, there is a kind of an argument that that's what the fans, kind of the entertainment side of it, maybe. Do you?
Yeah, I can see that. But
Yeah.
I look at it from my point of view as we need all the players that we've got on the ice to do the job, to win games. And the first priority is winning games. And if the show is there, and we've got a bit of team toughness. We don't have individual guys. We've got a lot of guys that, all guys will stick up for one another. So we've got team toughness that way, and we're quite happy with it at the moment, the way it is.
Perfect. And then finally, we've had a question from Jamsey Cravendale, from what I can see. Even with the recent departure of a few players, Omar, how are you finding your first year as coach?
It's obviously with the departure of a few guys, it makes it a little bit more challenging. But no, so far I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I'm surrounded by great people around me that are willing to help. So I like it so far. I'm enjoying it, and I'm lucky enough to work with a great group of guys. You know, the players on my team are great, and I'm excited for the rest of the season. That's for sure.
So no complaints on your side?
No, just sometimes the guys arrive late and have trouble bringing some breakfast in the morning. I like to have
fine.
a few
We can
guys.
sort that. We can sort that.
I thought a few guys bringing some donuts or something.
So in part one, we saw Omar training the team for their back-to-back games against Dundee Stars at the weekend. On Sunday evening, the team won 4-3 in Scotland, but could they do the weekend double and win their fourth consecutive home game? Let's go to the Hull Arena and find out.
The opening face-off with referee Johnny Liptrot and Rab Cowan, linesman Paul Staniforth and Phil Sewell. The Stingrays are in blue, the Stars are in white. This is a Gardner Conference fixture. Oh, the shot straight from the face-off has gone through. Brown is beaten, he's frustrated, but the Stars are on the scoreboard. The puck just sat on the face-off dot, and the quick snapshot has put the visitors on top. Stingrays do love to work from behind the goal. Sneaking in is Jameson, shot wide, picked up by Davis, and put in before Chevery could recover. And the Stingrays have a power play goal, and it's an equalising goal. Back for Galbraith. Picked up, and Osman tried to fire it in from a very tight angle. And Osman and Isaacs have a few words. And officials close in. Plumpton has his save from afar. Beaten by Mitchell, and the Stars are going to come in short-handed here. John Mitchell, the save is made, the rebound is put in. Mitchell's done it all himself. And the Stingrays have shot themselves in the foot and conceded short-handed. Plumpton can't get it clear. Moving in and scoring is Tanaka. And the Stingrays have a second power play goal, a second equaliser. And it is Corey Tanaka that has tied the game up. There's Pasha, goes for the shot, save is made, puck is loose, Davis has nailed it in. Simple finish on the backhand after the puck comes back off Chevery, and Davis has his second power play goal of the game, and the Stingrays lead for the first time on the night. Big blast from Blight, and Brown got a piece of it, but he couldn't keep it out, and the Stars have levelled. Tanaka, and it's a 2-on-1. It's Tanaka, saved and in! Oh, I thought Chevery had it, and so did he. But it was in and out of the glove, and over the line. Brilliant goal! Mitchell's ripped one into the top corner. We're tied again, 4-4. Can they wrap one around Brown? They can't. The puck is still sitting loose, and the Stingrays are onto it first. And Lozon will move on. Will try and do it all himself. He'll have to. Oh, and McCluskey's caught him high, and that's going to be a penalty against the Stars. Carl Lozon pulling the moves, trying to manoeuvre himself into a shooting position. It's in that corner. The Stars are onto it. The shot comes in, and it's there from Grimshaw. In the crease is cleared away by the Stars. It'll go wide, but they won't be icing because they're short-handed. So Mitchell will end it with a hat-trick, and the Stars will be winners tonight. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. It's another win for the Dundee Stars in the Hull Arena. This one by 6 goals to 4. And still we have words. Holland's in the middle of something, Ralph as well, and these two teams have a history, but we haven't seen anything like this for a while. There has been some bad blood over the last couple of seasons. Means that it is the Stars who are winners tonight.
So how did you feel that game went for you, Omar?
Saturday, obviously, was a tough one. I mean, we're leading 4-3 going in this third period, and I thought we got a bit away from our game. And I thought also we were starting to make mental mistakes, and guys were a little bit tired. I mean, obviously we had a short bench. We only had 8 forwards and 4 defensemen, and I think we didn't really necessarily conserve our energy to the end, and we made some individual mistakes and mental breakdowns that, you know what, it's unfortunate to do in those important games. But again, it happens, you move on. Obviously, I was frustrated. I think everybody on the team was frustrated, but you just have to learn from it and move on.
Yeah, I suppose. And obviously going into Sunday, you then turned it around and we had a more positive result. So, Bobby, what do you think was the main kind of factor to that change around?
We had a chat in the dressing room after the game and explained a few things, and the guys agreed, and we just all bought into the system that we've been trying to get through to the players. And we knew, again, that what's helping us is we've a young team now. Travelling seems to be a bit better, and that was one of the things we changed to bring in a younger team.
Okay.
So we looked at that during the summer, and I think it's helped us obviously going up there and putting that on and sticking to the game plan.
So that was a conscious decision to have younger players that can cope with the travelling a little bit more and that kind of
we
thing.
found that with an older team last year and we didn't seem to do too well on the road. So it was one of the things that we sort of wanted to try and address. And we brought the age group, probably average age of the team's about 25, so it's not too bad.
Brilliant. And obviously, with you guys, with the Elite League, you do play Saturdays and Sundays most weeks. How do you think that affects your performance week to week?
Well, like Bobby just said, obviously when I took over the team, I told him about this mentality of getting younger players, and he loved it, and he says, let's do it. And that was the main reason when we talked. It was to get those Sunday games to be better than they were last year. And I think he knows, as being the guy that comes on the bus too, it's not the easiest trips to do. 6 hours to Scotland and 7 hours when you're a little bit older. So we knew that maybe a younger and faster team would maybe give us a better chance to win on Sundays. And you know, a team that can control the puck possession team can do well.
And you've had quite a few players, injuries and also exits this season. Have you got anybody in mind to bring in?
We're just looking across the clock right now, just looking around. Just trying to find what's the best fit for the team, and obviously you can get a great player, but if he doesn't fit well with the team, you're not gonna improve the team. So you want to get the best player that's going to be the best fit for the team, so to improve overall.
Okay, and just at the weekend as well, we had a bit of a bloody nose with Brendan Jameson. So just talk us through what happened there.
Put his face where it shouldn't have been. It's just one of those things that happen in hockey. You get a stick in the face. Medical team took care of him, patched him up, and he was back on the ice.
Well, that's another thing as well, with you playing Saturdays and Sundays, because it's such a physical game. Do you have where somebody gets injured on a Saturday and they're totally out for the Sunday, or is a bloody nose, carry on, off you go?
Omar's just back from a broken arm, so he's been out for the last 6-8 weeks.
Selfish.
We've got a long-term injury just now with one of the other players, Zach Harvato. He's got a problem just now as well. He's long-term, so it's just one of these things, and that's why we've got short-benched. The players that have also left as well, so
you'll come through
you
it.
get used to it.
Yeah.
Control the controllables, that's what I always say to my team.
Exactly, that's my motto.
Yeah,
Good mottos to have. Well, thank you very much for that one, for both Omar and Bobby, and good luck for the rest of the season, of course.
Thank you very much.
That's it for the rest of this week. Don't forget, if you want to get in touch with us and with your thoughts or comments, get in touch on Facebook, on Twitter, or indeed on email. Details are on your screen now. Thank you very much to Bobby McEwen and Omar Pasha and everyone at Hull Stingrays who have allowed us to get such a great insight into the world of professional ice hockey. And thanks once again to you at home for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.